Well, welcome everyone. It's 9:01 and I think it's time for us to get started with this morning's meditation. What a beautiful spring morning in Vermont. And we miss so much being together in person. And I'm delighted that we've all chosen to gather online like this. Thank you for joining us this morning. For those of you who may not have been with us before for meditation, let me just walk you through the flow that you can expect this morning. First of all, after I describe what you're about to experience, we'll have a few announcements. And then we have a couple of readings that I'll share with you this morning to prepare us for meditation. And following those readings, I'll ring the singing bowl and we'll have a 30-minute silent sit together. I just want to ask that during that sit, by the way, I want to thank Mariko Middleton for being administrator this morning for the meditation. Mariko is going to leave the chat function on, but we ask that during the meditation you not use that. Use that time to focus on going within, and you can return to using it during our discussion. At the end of our meditation, we'll have a couple of minutes of silence for those of you who would like to sign off, taking the silence with you and going about your day. The rest of us will stay here in the Zoom room for a discussion, sharing with one another what came up for us during meditation this morning. I also wanted to mention that we are recording these meditations, beginning with this part and going through the silent sit until that 2-minute period when people who'd like to leave check out, and we stop the recording then. So if you decide to share in our discussion later today, none of that is recorded. So for announcements, happy Easter to those of you who celebrate. We are going to be having our Easter Sunday service on our YouTube channel following this meditation service. It begins at 11 a.m. this morning. Melanie Blackbird Sroka is providing some beautiful music that I know you won't want to miss. Reverend Kim Marie Glenn brings us the light with the chalice, and she has some closing words I know you won't want to miss. I'll be speaking in the homily about understandings from many faiths about new life. So we hope you'll join us at 11. The link to that YouTube channel is on our website. The website is allsoulsinterfaith.org. So later this week, on Wednesday night, John Howe, one of our meditation leaders, well, there's John waving his hand. John is leading a Wednesday night meditation beginning at 7:30. That's a briefer meditation of about 20 to 25 minutes in short sharing. It's a wonderful way to deepen your practice. So we invite you to join us for that. On Thursday evenings, our men's group gathers also by Zoom, and it's a great time of sharing deeply and discussing topics of common concern and interest. And you can find information on the website if you're interested in joining that group. Next Sunday, we'll have 3 online offerings. At 9 o'clock, we'll be back here for meditation, and Reverend Barbara Benton and Nina Regan will be reconvening the group Our Search for Meaning at 10:30, also on Zoom. They won't be meeting today, but they'll be regathering next Sunday. And also next Sunday, our Music and Spirit service returns to its normal slot, and that will be at 5:00 p.m. I just wanted to mention that although our building is closed and we have very minimal use of it at this time, our grounds are open. And so if you're looking for a space to be outside, perhaps to walk meditatively in the labyrinth or on the nature path, or to sit and look out at the lake, you're most welcome to be on the property for that time. For our readings this morning, I chose a reading that to me has to do with both spring and resurrection. It's from a collection of poems called Prayers for a Planetary Pilgrim. And Marika will be putting this information up in the chat room as well as on the website. And this book is by Edward Hayes. And this is a song of welcoming. Sacred parent, creator of the sun that makes the seasons, I rejoice in the gift of ever-growing light as the earth daily leans closer to our day star. With joyfulness, I greet this new season of spring that rises from the gray death chamber of winter. As my ancestors of old lit feasting fires to banish the darkness and to call forth the fire of the sun, may I enkindle in my heart the flames of hope in new life. Hope rides on the springtime air, carried aloft upon the wind, filling field and forest, city and town, with the incense of excitement. With awe-filled joy, I sing of the sun that warms and feeds our planet with energy and light. I sing with joy that the sun has signaled once again the beginning of a new season of life. As I prepared to celebrate today, I realized that I'm feeling a sense of irony because of the bright sunshine, the promise of spring, the religious celebrations that bring forth images of new life. And yet here we are, sequestered in our homes, dealing with a disease that is creating illness and death all around us. And so it feels like a very difficult time of tension between those two images. And this morning, both in this meditation session and in the music and spirit service that is to follow, my focus is on not giving easy answers to what we're dealing with, but to look to the wisdom of our ancestors, our spiritual teachers, for ways that we can grow and go more deeply within during this time. And so in that spirit, I'm going to offer one more reading to lead us into our meditation time this morning. And this is a poem by Mary Oliver titled Today. Today, I'm flying low and I'm not saying a word. I'm letting all the voodoos of ambition sleep. The world goes on as it must. The bees in the garden rumbling a little, the fish leaping, the gnats getting eaten, and so forth. But I'm taking the day off, quiet as a feather. I hardly move, though really I'm traveling a terrific distance. Stillness, one of the doors into the temple. So this morning, as we begin our silent sit, it's my invitation to you to experience with all of us gathered here this morning this beautiful, this delicious and sweet stillness that can be a door into the temple within. So I invite you to join me now as we begin our sit. Today I'm flying low and I'm not saying a word. I'm letting all the voodoos of ambition sleep. The world goes on as it must, the bees in the garden rumbling a little, the fish leaping, the gnats getting eaten, and so forth. But I'm taking the day off, quiet as a feather. I hardly move, though really I'm traveling a terrific distance. Stillness, one of the doors into the temple. We're going to take a couple of moments now of continued silence. For those of you who would like to log off and take the silence with you, Mariko will be ending the recording at this point, and in just a few moments we'll begin our discussion.